One of my favorite family communication stories happened about 6 years ago. We were just texting on our family text thread and just talking about kind of ordinary things. But in the middle of the conversation, it really struck me what an extraordinary situation it was because we were talking about such simple things, but we were also far away. I was in my living room, and my son was upstairs in his bedroom. Another of our sons was in Salt Lake City at school. Our daughter was in New York City doing an internship. And my partner was all the way around on the other side of the world in Afghanistan at the time. But here we were talking about just ordinary things. I just love that even though we were so far apart, we could still be very close. Hi, my name is Rachel Rogers, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, a little bit about the family I came from, a little bit about the family I raised, and what makes family communication important to me. I am happiest when I am learning something new, doing something creative, or just getting time with the people that I love. I am on track to graduate next spring in interpersonal communication. And this is a goal that I set for myself when I was a kid, so I'm super excited to finally check it off my to-do list. I was born Rachel Stanley to Mike and Donna Stanley. I am the second oldest of 8 children, and my parents were both educators, so curiosity and learning were always encouraged. They taught us what was important by their examples. My mom was always organizing neighborhood summer schools and plays. My dad was always planning interesting trips. And my dad was very forward thinking. He knew how important computers were going to be, even though this is the early 80s. So one Christmas, we got a Texas Instruments computer that we actually had to learn how to program ourselves. And that was when I was like in 8th grade. But I love that he knew that that was going to be important. Also that Christmas, we got these really awesome shirts. So don't be jealous. This is what we all look like now. And this was taken a few years ago at my mother's 70th birthday party. And this is a picture of all of us with our partners and all of our kids. Between the two of my parents, they taught us to be creative, that we should always be learning, and that trying new things was very important. On the other hand, they also taught us to yell, be sarcastic, talk way too much, and roll our eyes when we're annoyed. When I was 18, I met the cutest boy in the whole world, and when we got married, I became Rachel Rogers. We have 5 children. And we worked very hard to integrate the best characteristics from both of our families into the family that we were raising. Nothing is more satisfying to me than when I see our kids contributing to society, being curious, and working really hard. Because I know they learned those things from us. On the other hand, nothing bums me out more than when I see them roll their eyes, be impatient with someone, or lose their temper, because I know that we taught them those things too. As a family, we like to play games and travel and be very silly. Like most families, our happiest times are when we've been apart from each other for a long time and are all gathered together again, telling stories and laughing and teasing each other. My family relationships are absolutely the most important relationships in my life, and I know that good communication is the most important characteristic of a healthy relationship. So I can't imagine a more valuable subject than learning to be a better communicator when it comes to my family. I'm excited to learn how to better strengthen these relationships through the things that we learn in this class. To sum up, I shared a little bit about myself and where I came from, a little bit about my family now, and why I think family communication is so important. I just wish somebody would teach me how to stop rolling my eyes.